What's up, guys? We are back with a full slate of MLB action here on Friday, July 25th. We're going to give out plays on every MLB game on the slate. I'll give you my favorite underdog pick of the day and my massive lock, my pick that regardless of price, I think is the highest chance of cashing today. Slam that like button and subscribe to the channel if you want to keep seeing these videos every single day, and let us know what you're thinking in the comments. I personally answer every comment every day. Check the pinned comment throughout the day to see our favorite picks, and it pays to check back a couple of times per day to see if there are any changes with injury news coming out and starters being confirmed. Yesterday, guys, was an incredibly short slate. We only had 5 games out there. Now, we did end up putting five picks in the pinned comment there. We didn't get off to a good start. We had Cleveland at minus 120. That was a pretty annoying 4-3 loss there, despite a couple of home runs by Quan. Allen was pretty bad out there, and Uncle Charlie bounced back well, and somehow the Orioles bullpen held together also. So, yeah, we take a tough one-run loss there. We also bricked our no-run first inning play there on Toronto against Detroit. The no-run first inning there did not come through due to a solo home run. The worst way to lose a no-run first inning for sure. We got the Cardinals still live at minus 135. That game is looking bonkers. The Cardinals are up 8-7 with the bases loaded in the bottom of the 5th. So the Cardinals definitely threatening there, but oh my god, a lot of runs being scored. We hit our dog of the day, Toronto at plus 115. That was a nice 11-4 win. It wasn't looking amazing early, but the fifth inning, the floodgates opened, and that Toronto offense really kicked in, and the Tigers bullpen, once again, not looking so hot. We've still got the Astros live at minus 130 as well. Now, that game is not headed in the right direction. They're currently down 4-0 in the top of the 6th, but once that Athletics bullpen really gets involved, who knows what will happen. They're one of the worst bullpens in all of Major League Baseball. So we'll see how things go there. Obviously, it was a short slate. Hopefully, you guys, assuming we don't have a great day, hopefully you guys took my advice and took things a little bit easy there. On a short slate, you don't have as many options. There's not going to be as much value out there on the field, but we're going to go ahead and dive right in. We have a full nice slate here on Friday. We got a ton of games to break down, and first up, we're going to be looking at the Miami Marlins going on the road here to take on the Milwaukee Brewers. The Marlins come into this game fresh off of a nice 2-win series there against the Padres. Win that series 2-1. They'll hand the ball in this one to Cal Quantrill, who's 3-8 on the season, a 5.24 ERA. However, his last start, one of his best starts of the season, 6 innings, 2 hits, no runs allowed there against the Royals. So very, very good stuff there. He did struggle the last time he faced the Brewers. 3 2/3 innings, 6 hits, 2 earned runs. Doesn't look great. Miami did eventually win that game 4-2, but not exactly Cal Quantrill's fault. The bullpen for Miami this season, while it hasn't necessarily been amazing all year long, it's been headed in the right direction here down the stretch. A 4.00 bullpen ERA, though, still leaves room for improvement. The offense for the Marlins, 3-4-1, 4-3 over their last few games. Not exactly swinging the hottest bats. They are 20th in the majors in runs scored this year. They are 8th in batting average, but 19th in slugging percentage. Not the scariest offense, but also not the bottom of the barrel. So we'll see what they do here on the road against the Milwaukee Brewers, who are now 61-41 on the season. They've got a 1-game lead there over the Cubs in the NL Central. They just won 2 out of 3 against the Mariners. They're hitting the ball in this game to their ace, Freddie Peralta, who's having a great year. He's 12-4 overall, a 2.85 ERA. His last start, however, wasn't his best. He was going up against the Dodgers, so not the easiest team to face. 5 innings, 5 hits, 4 earned runs. Not an amazing performance, but we do see the Brewers eventually get the win. The Brewers are 5-0 over his last 5 starts, which is obviously very impressive. He doesn't have any history this season against the Marlins, but I'm not expecting him to struggle too much out there in this matchup. Now, the bullpen for the Brewers has been getting better and better over the course of the year, all the way down to a 3.90 bullpen ERA. Still not the best bullpen, don't get me wrong, but not the worst. Not a bullpen that makes me too nervous anymore. So the offense, obviously hitting the ball pretty well. 10-0, 6, 8, and 2 over their last few games. They're 7th in the majors in runs scored. They're 12th in batting average, 6th in on-base percentage. This Brewers team is definitely better at the plate than I was giving them credit for in the middle of the season. So we'll see what they do here at home. Now looking at the numbers, the Marlins are plus 195. The Brewers are minus 230. We've got a total of 8 out there. Miami is a 500 road team. They're 26-21-1 to the over on the road. Milwaukee 33-17 at home, 29-20-1 to the under at home. I think over 8 is pretty live in this game. I think we could see the Brewers score 8 runs all on their own, but I'm not too interested in the total, and to be honest, I'm not insanely interested in the side. Milwaukee at minus 230 definitely could go on the list as a potential lock of the day, but I'll be shocked if there aren't some spots out there that we like better. Next up, guys, we're looking at the Arizona Diamondbacks going on the road to take on the Pittsburgh Pirates. The Diamondbacks just got swept by the Astros. They're 3 games below 500. They're going to have to really turn on the Jets here the back end of the season. They're going to hand the ball to Ryan Nelson, who's sporting a 3.52 ERA. He's been very good here recently. The Diamondbacks are 4-1 over his last 5 starts. His last time on the mound, 6 innings, 4 hits, 1 earned run, and a 10-1 win there against the Cardinals. So very good stuff there. We'll see what he looks like against the Pirates. He faced them back in late May and was lights out over 6 2/3 innings in what was eventually a 5-0 win. So expecting very good stuff from Ryan Nelson. Obviously, the Diamondbacks bullpen's been bad all year long, so that part of the game will be concerning. The offense, 3-1 and 3 runs scored over their last 3 games. That is not great. Obviously, this team not exactly making moves to make themselves better at the moment, trading away Josh Naylor. So we'll see how they look at the plate. Obviously, it's been a much worse season overall than they would have hoped, but they're still 4th in runs scored and 9th in batting average. So the offense, not the main problem for this team. We'll see what they do here against the Pirates, who are 42 and 61 on the season, but they just swept the very, very slumping Detroit Tigers. They're going to hand the ball here to Mike Burrows, who's 1-3 this season, a 4.70 ERA. His last time on the mound, 5 innings, 3 hits, 2 earned runs allowed against the White Sox. We can't help but notice that the Pirates are 1-4 over his last 5 starts. That's not what you want to see. Has he faced the Diamondbacks this season? Yes, he faced Arizona back in late May. 3 1/3 innings, 5 hits, 5 runs, 4 of which were earned, and eventually a 9-6 win, but that was not Mike Burrows' fault. So definitely worried about him in this matchup. The Pirates bullpen, not a disaster, a 3.93 bullpen ERA, okay, but not necessarily amazing. The offense, 6, 8, and 3 runs respectively over their last 3 games, much better than you would expected them to do against the Tigers, but they're still last in the majors in runs scored and last in slugging percentage. I'm not about to get excited about the Pirates offense. So looking at the numbers here, guys, the Diamondbacks are -120, the Pirates are +100. We've got a total out there of 9. Arizona is 24 and 25 on the road, 26, 21, and 2 to the over on the road. The Pirates are 29 and 24 at home, 27, 25, and 1 to the under at home. I'm not too interested in the total in this game, but I am very interested in the Arizona Diamondbacks here with Ryan Nelson on the mound at -120. I realize they're maybe in a kind of a weird spot right now, but I think they're still trying to win, or at least the players are, and I'll definitely be signing with the Diamondbacks here at -120. Hey guys, hopping here with a quick shout out to the sponsor of today and every day's video, and that is StumpTheSpread.com. Click the link in the description to go over there and see the top confidence picks from our entire team of experienced cappers. Right now, our premium members are getting daily MLB and UFC picks with NFL and college football coming up fast. Major League Baseball has been our most profitable sport the last several years in a row and is off to a fantastic first half of the 2025 season. Or it's more than the first half now, guys. It's just been a really good year overall. At StumpTheSpread.com, you'll be able to see exclusive free picks that are only posted there, our free-to-use bet size calculator, and our premium top confidence picks, which might not and usually will not always match what you see here in the videos, as I am not the MLB handicapper over there at Stump the Spread. We've got a monster with many more years of experience than me covering baseball. He uses some very sophisticated tools and algorithms to make his predictions, taking a crazy amount of data points into consideration to make those plays, and a ton of work goes into those every single day, and they've been red hot in the month of July. Now, the last couple of days, they've been a little bit up and down, but if you look at this month as a whole, that is a big upward trending graph. So hopefully he can finish out the night strong. Hopefully he can get some more solid wins on the board. I mean, at time of recording, the Tigers was a loss, the Guardians were a loss, but we've still got 3 plays that are live. The Mariners, Angels under 9. That game is just getting underway with no runs currently scored. The Cardinals are a 1.5 unit play. They're up 8-7 right now, and the Angels are also a 1 unit play. So hopefully he can come up with a 3-2 day at least, but I'm expecting him to find another hot streak at some point very, very soon. The guy just has too good of a track record to really struggle for any protracted amount of time. So definitely check out the premium picks while you're over there. Check out the free picks that only get posted over at StumpTheSpread.com. You can also use our free bet size calculator over there to make sure you're not blowing your whole bankroll on just 1 or 2 days of betting. That's not how this is supposed to work, guys. It's not a get-rich-quick scheme. Also, if you are over there at StumpTheSpread.com, you might as well get on our free email newsletter list. All we need is your name and your email address to sign up for a free account. You'll be getting 1 email straight to your inbox every single day. There will be at least 1, oftentimes 2 free picks in that email. Parlays are often included in those emails as well, and information on niche sports betting like golf, NASCAR, tennis, you name it. Anything could end up in there on a daily basis. WNBA is often covered in those emails as well. So definitely get over there to StumpTheSpread.com and check that out. Also, guys, if you're a huge fan of what you're seeing here every single day, click that little join button right below the video to become a YouTube channel member. YouTube channel members get exclusive early access to all of our videos, get their name up on screen in every video, and probably most importantly, you get access to our members-only giveaways. We'll be giving away a Stump the Spread hoodie here on July 28th. So in 3 days or something like that from this coming out, we'll be doing a random giveaway between all the channel members here on YouTube, and one of you guys is going to be walking away with a brand new Stump the Spread hoodie. So definitely get over there, check that out. But let's go ahead and dive back in, guys. We've got a ton of games to cover here on a very loaded Friday slate. And next up, we'll be looking at the Colorado Rockies going on the road to take on the Baltimore Orioles. The Rockies come into this game fresh off of winning 2 out of 3 there against the Cardinals. They won game 3 of that series 6-0. They're having a historically bad season, but they've shown, the players at least are actually trying. They're going to hand the ball here to Kyle Freeland, who's 2-10 on the year, a 5.19 ERA. His last couple of starts, though, have looked pretty reasonable. His last time on the mound, 6 innings, 5 hits, 1 earned run allowed there against the Twins, and what was eventually a 6-4 win. So good stuff there. We'll see what he looks like against the Baltimore Orioles. Not a team he's faced yet this season, but I don't hate the way Freeland is throwing the ball right now. I do hate the Rockies bullpen, though, an ERA of near 5. Not what you want to see coming out of the pen. The offense, 6, 8, 2, 1, and 10 over their last few games. Honestly, swinging some pretty hot bats for a team that's 28th in the majors in runs scored and last in the majors in on-base percentage. So we'll see what they do here against the Orioles, who did win the last game of that series against Cleveland. They're going to hand the ball in this game to Dean Kremer, who is 8-7 on the year, a 4.06 ERA. But 4 out of his last 5 starts have been crazy good. He did have that terrible start there at Atlanta, but dominated the Rays his last time on the mound, 7 innings, 3 hits, 1 earned run. That was in a 4-3 loss. We'll see what it looks like here against the Rockies. Obviously not the scariest team to face, although they're swinging the bats okay right now. I'm expecting Kremer to be good. I'm also expecting the Orioles bullpen to continue to be bad. That's kind of been their MO all season long. And the offense has been nothing special, guys. 4, 2, 3, 5, and 5 over their last few games. They're 24th in runs scored, 16th in slugging percentage, 24th in on-base percentage. This team, guys, huge disappointment after what they did a year ago. So looking at the numbers for this game, I'm kind of shocked. The Rockies are plus 185. The Orioles are minus 225. We got a total of 9 in this game. The Rockies are 12-38 on the road. That's an MLB worst road mark. They're 31-18-1 to the under on the road. The Orioles are 22-25 at home, 24-21-2 to the over at home. In general in this game, guys, I'm going to be leaning towards the Rockies at plus 185. I don't love it. It's not going in the pin comment, nothing like that, but I don't think the Orioles deserve to be minus 225 favorites against anyone in Major League Baseball right now. They're just not that good. So give me the Rockies here as a small lean. Next on the docket, we've got game 1 of a very exciting series here between the Phillies and the New York Yankees, although I will say these are 2 teams that are supposed to be leading their divisions and are not. The Phillies are 58-44 in the year after winning 2 out of 3 against the Red Sox. They're going to hand the ball in this one to T1 Walker. He's sporting a 3.75 ERA, but his last time out, 4 innings, 9 hits, 3 earned runs allowed against the Angels. Now, we did eventually see the Phillies win that game 9-5, but it was not his fault. So we'll see what he does here against the Yankees. Not exactly the easiest team to face. He hasn't pitched against them this year. He's pitched against the Mets twice, and neither one of those went great. So yeah, maybe facing New York teams, not what T1 Walker is into at the moment. The bullpen for the Phillies has been terrible this year. That's no secret. The offense, I mean, they're coming off an 8-run game that they lost. They scored 8, 4, 3, 2, and 9 over their last few games. Just not as consistent of an offense as I would have expected them to be. They're 12th in runs scored and 13th in slugging percentage. So we'll see what they do here playing at Yankee Stadium. The Yankees are currently 4.5 games back of the Toronto Blue Jays there in the AL East. Kind of crazy. They'll hand the ball in this game to Will Warren, who's 6-5 on the season, a 4.91 ERA. His last start, 3 2/3 innings, 5 hits over and 5 earned runs. Yeah, in 3 2/3 innings and a 12-9 eventual win against the Atlanta Braves. Not great stuff. Over his last 5 starts, he's had at least 2 in there that were terrible. So we'll see what he looks like here against the Phillies. Not exactly the easiest team to face for sure. The bullpen for the Yankees has been a huge problem lately, and ERA now up over 4. And the offense didn't look amazing there against Toronto. I mean, 4, 5, and 1 runs respectively. Like, this is a team that's 3rd in runs scored and 1st in slugging percentage. Where's the offense at, guys? We'll see if they come up with a lot here against the Phillies. It's not impossible, and the odds makers think it's very possible. The Phillies are plus 135. The Yankees are minus 155. They've got a total in this game of 9.5. The Phillies are 25-25 on the road, 32-17-1 to the under on the road. That's actually an MLB best to the under. The Yankees are 30-19 at home, 29-19-1 to the under at home. I'm going to lean just slightly towards the under in this game for sure, given those trends. Those are some pretty big trends. Almost feel too good to ignore, but with these 2 guys on the mound, I can't quite back that. In terms of a side, I am going to lean just a little bit towards the Phillies at plus 135, but I don't like anything from this game enough to put it in the pinned comment. Rolling right along, guys, we're looking at the Los Angeles Dodgers going on the road to take on the Boston Red Sox. The Dodgers, 60-43 on the year, just won 2 out of 3 against the Twins. They're going to hand the ball in this game to Emmett Sheehan, who's 1-1 on the year, a 4.41 ERA. It's only his fifth outing of the season and fourth start. His last time down, he got shelled by the Milwaukee Brewers in an 8-7 loss, so we'll see if he can bounce back a little bit here. That was his worst outing of the year. Now, the Dodgers bullpen is having plenty of bad outings. A 4.43 bullpen ERA is a huge problem. The offense, 4-7, 5, 5, 7, and 0 over their last few games. I mean, Ohtani's killing it, sure, but they're in their first in runs scored and fifth in batting average, fourth in slugging percentage. This is one of the most dangerous offenses out there, but it just feels like they don't put up that many runs. So we'll see what they do here against the Red Sox, who are coming into this game fresh off of winning 1 out of 3 against the Phillies. We did love cashing the Red Sox there in the win, that crazy win they got in Game 3 of that series. They're going to hand the ball here to Brian Bello, who's 6-4 on the year, a 3.23 ERA. His last start was against the Cubs, 6 innings, 6 hits, and 3 earned runs against the Cubs at Wrigley Field. Isn't the worst outing ever. We'll see what he can do here against the Dodgers. Obviously a very tough team to face, and he has no history against them this year, so I'm not exactly flying high here on the idea of Brian Bello going out and delivering an amazing start, but we'll see if it happens. The Red Sox bullpen's been excellent this year, top 5 in the majors, no problems there. The offense has also been pretty good, 9, 1, 2, 6, and 0 over their last few games, though not hitting the ball incredibly well. They're 5th in the majors in runs scored, 11th in batting average, 5th in slugging percentage. This is a team that can put up some runs, so looking at the numbers here, guys, the Dodgers are minus 120, the Red Sox are plus 105. We've got a total of 10 or 9.5 out there. The Dodgers are only 23-22 on the road. They are a slightly under team on the road. Boston is 32-20 playing at Fenway, guys. They're 27-23-2 to the under at home. I'm going to take the Red Sox here at plus 105 with a reasonable chance to be in the pinned comment, even if they're not the dog of the day, because I think the Red Sox have an excellent shot at winning this game against the Dodgers, whose pitching situation is pretty bad. Cruising through these games, we've got the Tampa Bay Rays going on the road to take on the Cincinnati Reds. The Rays come into this one fresh off of losing 2 out of 3 against the White Sox. This team is kind of fading here in the middle of the season. It's not a great look. They're going to hand the ball to my twin brother, Zach Littell, in this game. He's 8-7 on the season, a 3.53 ERA. His last start, he did give up 7 hits over his 6 innings, but only 2 earned runs, and it was eventually a 4-3 win there against Baltimore. The Rays are 3-1 over his last 4 starts, so he's been throwing the ball pretty well. We'll see what he can do here against the Cincinnati Reds, who he hasn't faced yet this year. I'm expecting Zach Littell to have a pretty good day. Now, the bullpen has deteriorated aggressively there for Tampa Bay at some different points this year. Currently sitting with a 3.85 bullpen ERA. It's not the end of the world, but not looking like the powerhouse bullpen it was there for a bit. Offensively, 9, 4, 3, 3, 4, and 11 over their last several games. They're 8th in runs scored, 3rd in batting average, but 14th in slugging percentage, and don't exactly come into this game swinging the hottest bats. So we'll see what they do here against the Cincinnati Reds, who are 53-50 on the year. They just won 1 out of 3 against the Nationals. They're going to hand the ball to Nick Martinez in this game, who's 8-9, a 4.73 ERA. His last couple starts, though, very serviceable. A good start there at the Mets and a very good, well, a decent start there against the Rockies. So we'll see what he does going up against the Tampa Bay Rays. Obviously a much different situation than those two teams, but we'll see. I'm not expecting him to be terrible. The Reds bullpen is occasionally terrible, is occasionally great. They're currently sitting with a 3.88 bullpen ERA, definitely getting back to respectability after a long stint there being terrible. Now the offense, very inconsistent, 5, 1, 8, 2, 5, and 8 over their last several games. They are still top 10 in the majors in runs scored, but they're 16th in batting average and 17th in slugging percentage. I think that's a more accurate description of how good or bad, depending on how you want to look at it, this offense is. So looking at the numbers here, guys, the Rays are minus 115, the Reds are minus 105. We've got a total of 9.5. Tampa Bay is a 500 road team. They're 25-19 to the under on the road. The Reds are 28-22 at home. They're 29-17-4 to the under at home. In terms of a side in this game, I'm going to lean just slightly towards the Rays, but I don't care too much about the side. In this game, the under is by far looking like the better play. Under 9.5, that's a very big number. Unders at the Great American Ballpark this year have not been too big of a problem, obviously with Cincinnati being a big under team at home. So yeah, I think we'll see offense be at a bit of a premium in this one. Rolling along here, guys, we've got the Toronto Blue Jays going on the road to take on the Detroit Tigers. Slam that thumbs up button if you enjoyed cashing the Toronto Blue Jays yesterday as our dog of the day. Now, Toronto, they are cruising. They've got a 4.5 game lead there in the AL East. They're going to hand the ball in this game to Jose Barrios, who's 6-4 on the year, a 3.87 2.7 ERA. His last start, 5 2/3 innings, 8 hits, 4 earned runs against San Francisco. I would say 3 out of his last 4 starts have been pretty bad. The offense has bailed him out in a lot of those, but he's not exactly throwing the ball great. So we'll see what he does here against the Tigers. The Toronto bullpen's been excellent pretty much all year long, a 3.50 bullpen ERA. You can definitely count on that bullpen. And the offense, it's been off the hook, guys. 11, 8, 4, 4, 8, 6, and 4 over their last few games. They can hit the ball. There's no doubt about it. They're 9th in runs scored, 1st in batting average, 2nd in on-base percentage. This is a dangerous offense. So we'll see what the Tigers can do. They're slumping aggressively. They lost their last 4 in a row after having a, 6-game losing streak before that and only 1 win in between. They're going to hand the ball to Keter Montero, who's 4-2 this year, a 4.28 ERA. He got knocked around at the Rangers his last time out. 4 1/3 innings, 4 hits, 4 earned runs, and a 4-1 loss. So we'll see if he can bounce back, but bouncing back against the Toronto Blue Jays is going to be real tough, guys. The Detroit bullpen's been a disaster here down the stretch. The offense has been slumping as well, so I don't really have a lot of positive things right now to say about the Tigers. Now, the odds makers have this game listed as a coin flip, and I guess with the struggles of Berrios lately, that could make some sense, but, I mean, Toronto's minus 110, Detroit's minus 110, totals out there of 8.5 or 9. Toronto's 23-25 on the road, a slight under team on the road. Detroit 32-18 at home, and a slight under team at home themselves. I'm not interested in the total here, guys, but you give me a coin flip, and I've got one of the best teams in the majors and a slumping team. I'll definitely take the best team. Give me the Toronto Blue Jays at minus 110 with an excellent shot to make the pinned comment. Next on the docket, we're looking at the San Diego Padres going on the road to take on the St. Louis Cardinals. Now, the Cardinals and Padres are locked in a crazy game right now. We're recording a little bit early, guys. I'm going to be honest, we're a little bit behind on the sleep. Having a teething 6-month-old at home is a little bit rough, but don't worry. We're going to have Baby Stump in one of these videos here pretty soon. But right now, it's a 9-7 game with the Cardinals leading in the bottom of the 8th. So hopefully they can hold on and help us cash our Cardinals play. But the Padres come into this game not exactly killing it. They are 55-47 on the year. Hitting the ball here to Nick Pivetta, who's 10-2 on the year, a 2.81 ERA. He has been lights out over his last 5 starts, guys. He's given up 2 earned runs over those 5 starts. Crazy work. The Padres are 4-1 over that span. We'll see what he can do here against the Cardinals. I'm not expecting him to have too much trouble here as he hasn't faced St. Louis yet this season, but I think he's going to be just fine. I think their bullpen, which is currently an MLB best 3.13 bullpen ERA, is also going to be fine. And yeah, just in general, the Padres, I mean, the offense is the problem. If they can come with 7 runs, maybe they can come with some more runs in this one. Machado and Tatis not really doing that much to carry this team. They're 25th in runs scored. So we'll see what they do here on the road against the Cardinals, who are fading quick. They're 52-51 on the season. We'll see if they, have some sort of spurt in them here, but I don't know if I'm exactly going to be holding my breath. This team is handing the ball to Miles Mikolas, who's 5-7 on the season, a 5.20 ERA. He got shelled by the Diamondbacks his last time out. Decent start against Washington, but then shelled by the Cubs. This dude kind of sucks. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. Mikolas, not good. The Cardinals bullpen, although it got off to a rough start to the season, it's looked good down the stretch, a 3.65 bullpen ERA, super playable, but the offense is slumping hard. Gone are the days of this being a top 10 looking offense in the majors like they were the first, 80 to 90 games at least in the season. That part seems to be over. The Cardinals don't scare me at the plate too much. So look at the numbers here. The Padres, minus 135. The Cardinals, plus 115. Total of 8 in this game. The Padres are 24-29 on the road, 29-22-2 to the under on the road. The Cardinals are 29-20 at home, 27-19-3 to the over at home. Guys, especially if the Cardinals find a way to get the win here in game 1 of this series, I'll definitely take the Padres at minus 135. I'm probably taking them either way. Pivetta on the mound gives them a massive advantage, and the Cardinals have Mikolas on the mound. That guy sucks. Definitely give me the Padres in this one. Next up, guys, we got the Chicago series. We're looking at the Chicago Cubs going on the road, to take on the Chicago White Sox. Now, the Cubs, a little bit of a slump. They've lost 3 out of their last 4, losing 2 out of 3 there against the Royals. They'll hand the ball here to Shota Imanaga, who's 7-3 on the year, a 2.40 ERA. His last time on the mound, he absolutely dominated the Red Sox. 7 innings, 5 hits, no runs allowed, and a 6-0 win. I'm expecting him to go back out there and continue to look great. When he's healthy this year, he's been lights out, and now he's facing the White Sox. So I think he's going to be just fine. The Cubs bullpen, a 3.78 bullpen ERA. I'm not going to complain too much about that. The offense, 4-6, 4-1, 6 over their last few games. Not swinging the hottest bats, but they are the 2nd highest scoring team in all of Major League Baseball. They're 3rd in slugging percentage. this Cubs team can get it done at the plate. I'm not too worried about that little slump they've been in. Now, they're taking on a White Sox team that's been playing some of their best ball this season. They've won 5 of their last 6 games. They're going to hand the ball here to Adrian Hauser, who's 5-2 on the season, a 1.89 ERA. He has been dragging this team to some wins. Now, his last start, he was terrible. He really struggled there against the Pirates, gave up 10 hits, 4 runs, 3 of which were earned over only 4 1/3 innings, but the White Sox gave him tons of run support, win that game 10-4 to make them 5-0 over his last 5 starts. We'll see what he does here against the Cubs. Not the easiest team to face, obviously, and not a team he's faced this year, but Hauser is a dangerous dude out there. The White Sox bullpen, a 3.89 bullpen ERA, much better than I thought it would be. The offense is hot, guys. 11, 3, 8, 7, 10, and 10 over their last few games. They're currently 27th in the majors in runs scored and last in batting average, but they're swinging some pretty hot bats right now, so we'll see what they can do against Imanaga. Now, looking at the numbers, the Cubs are minus 190. The White Sox are plus 155. We've got a total of 8. The Cubs are 27-23 on the road, 24-22-4 to the over on the road. The White Sox are 21-29 at home, 26-21-3 to the over at home. In terms of a side in this game, I'm going to lean just slightly towards the White Sox at home. That feels crazy, though. Maybe that's not even true. Honestly, guys, I don't really care about the side in this game. I don't have a big lean on that. I don't have a big lean on the total, but what I do like in this game a lot is the no-run first inning. Do I like it enough to put in the pinned comment? We'll see. It might make it, but with Imanaga and Hauser on the mound, I definitely think offense in the first inning of this game is going to be minimal. Cruising right along, we're looking at the Atlanta Braves going on the road to take on the Texas Rangers. Now, the Braves at 44-57 on the year, not having the season they had hoped. They'll hand the ball here to Joey Wentz, who is normally a bullpen guy. Now, his last time on the mound was a start against the Yankees, and he was good. 4 innings, 2 hits, no runs allowed, but the Braves eventually lose that game 12-9. We'll see what he can do. Obviously, coming over from the Pirates. I mean, we'll see. We'll see. I don't have crazy high hopes for this guy right now, but maybe he'll be fine out there. He's going up against the Rangers. That helps a little bit. Now, the bullpen situation here for the Braves, a 4.20 bullpen ERA. Not looking great at the moment. The offense, 3-0, 9, 2, and 9 over their last few is not the end of the world for a team that's 22nd in runs scored and 20th in batting average. So we'll see what they do here on the road against the Rangers, who have won 6 out of their last 7. They're going to hand the ball here to Nathan Eovaldi, who's 7-3 on the year, a 1.58 ERA. He has been lights out, guys. Lights out. Crazy good. He had a little bit of a rough start in his first start back off the IL, but since then has reeled off 3 straight gems, giving up a total of 1 earned run over those 3 games, and the Rangers are 3-0 over that span. So I'm expecting him to be excellent in this matchup. I'm also expecting the Rangers bullpen to continue to look like one of the best 2 or 3 bullpens in all of Major League Baseball. The offense, 2, 6, 7, 1, 4, and 2 over their last few is pretty much normal for a team that's 23rd in runs scored and 26th in slugging percentage, but they find a way to push some runs across the plate. So looking at the numbers here, guys, the Braves are plus 145. The Rangers are minus 170. We've got a total of 8 out there. Atlanta's only 18-31 on the road, a 500 over-under team on the road. The Rangers are 31-20 at home, 35-16 to the under at home. That's actually an MLB best to the under. You could maybe talk me into under 8 in this game. I don't think that's crazy. It's a Rangers game after all, so the under is certainly in play. But in terms of a side, I'll possibly take the Rangers here at minus 170 as our lock of the day. I think Eovaldi's going to go out there and be lights out. I could easily see the Rangers throwing a combined shutout here against these Atlanta Braves. Next on the docket, we're looking at the Cleveland Guardians going on the road to take on the Kansas City Royals. Now, the Guardians are a 500 team at 51-51. They still have hope for the rest of their season, even though they're 8 games back to the slumping Tigers. They're going to hand the ball here to Gavin Williams, who's 6-4 on the year, a 3.54 ERA. He went out and dominated the Athletics his last time on the mound and has honestly been pretty decent over his last 5 starts. We'll see what he can do here against the Royals. Not the scariest offense to face, I'll tell you that. He faced Kansas City back in, April or early April? But yeah, it was good in that outing, but that's too long ago to really matter to us. Now, the bullpen for Cleveland, a 3.72 bullpen ERA, definitely respectable. The offense, 3, 3, 6, 10, and 8 over their last few games. Definitely seems like it's coming around here a little bit. Kwan swinging a very hot bat. Jose Ramirez doing his thing. However, they're still 26th in the majors in runs scored, so not the most incredible offense. Now, they're going to be taking on the Royals, who are 50-53 on the year. They did just win 2 out of 3 against the Cubs. They're going to hand the ball to Michael Wacha, who's 4-9 this season, a 3.62 ERA. He's looked great his last 2 times in the mound. 6 innings, 3 hits, 1 earned run against the Marlins, 5 innings, 2 hits, 1 earned run against the Mets. Both of those games were losses for the Royals, including all 5 of his last 5 starts. Kansas City just not a team that can muster up much offense. He doesn't have any history against Cleveland this year except for some very ancient history that's not really modern enough for us to care about. Now, the offense, the bullpen for the Royals has been decent this year. That's not a big problem. The offense has been their stumbling block. They are swinging some hot bats, 8-0, 12, and 7 over their last few, but they're still 29th in the majors in runs scored and 24th in slugging percentage. So looking at the numbers here, guys, the Guardians are plus 100. The Royals are minus 120. We've got a total of 8.5. Cleveland's a 500 road team. They're 27, 21, and 4 to the under on the road. The Royals are 24 and 26 at home, 32 and 18 to the under at home. So given those trends, guys, I think we definitely have to consider under 8.5 in this game. I don't think we're going to see a crazy amount of offense, but with the Guardians swinging some relatively hot bats, Walker looking a little bit, not great over the course of the year, and with Gavin Williams on the mound, I think the Guardians at plus 100 are my play if you're begging me for a side. Next on the docket, we've got the Washington Nationals going on the road to take on the Minnesota Twins. The Nationals, they did just win 2 out of 3 against the Reds, but at 41 and 61 on the year, not going anywhere too fast. They're going to hand the ball here to Mackenzie Gore, who's 4-9 this season, a 3.59 ERA. His last start, he got absolutely obliterated there by the Padres. He looked good in the All-Star game. Well, didn't look so good in his next start. We'll see if he can get back on track here. We'll see. Going up against the Twins, not the scariest team to face. Does he have any history against the Twins this year? No, he does not. So we'll see how that goes. The bullpen for the Nationals, as everyone knows, is terrible. A 5.74 bullpen ERA, currently last in all of Major League Baseball. The offense, 0, 6, 10, 1, and 4 over their last few. They're 17th in the majors in runs scored. They're 18th in batting average. They're coming off of getting shut out, so we'll see if they bounce back quickly here going up against a Twins team that is 49 and 53 on the season. They just lost 2 out of 3 against the Dodgers in a pretty competitive series. They're going to hand the ball here to Zebby Matthews, who's 1-2 on the year, a 6.26 ERA. He's going to be coming off the IL. We'll see how healthy he actually looks. Definitely, be double checking this game. Make sure this dude actually does start. Now, his last time on the mound was back on the 19th. So it seems like kind of unlikely that he's actually going to start. So maybe we have a situation here where the wrong starter is listed. But if he does start, he has not been great over his last few outings. So definitely be a little bit worried here about Zebby Matthews. The Twins' bullpen has been terrible. A 4.25 bullpen ERA is a huge yikes for me, so don't love that. And the offense, 3, 10, 2, 7, 6, and 4 over their last several games. They're 19th in runs scored, 22nd in batting average. This team just really has never found their stride at the plate this season. They've kind of been in that same general category all year long. So looking at the numbers, guys, it's a little bit interesting. The Nationals are plus 115. The Twins are minus 130. We've got a total of 8.5. Washington's 20 and 30 on the road, 26, 21, and 3 to the over on the road. Minnesota's 28 and 20 at home, 25, 22, and 1 to the under at home. This is actually a spot where I'm leaning towards the Nationals at plus 115. Now, I need more information about this starter situation here for the Twins. If it is definitely Zebby Matthews, definitely give me the Nationals here at plus 115. Rounding into the home stretch here, guys, we've got the Seattle Mariners going on the road to take on the Los Angeles Angels. Now, the Mariners just landed Josh Naylor in the first big deadline deal, so that could be a nice boost for what's already been a very good offense here in this game. The Mariners are playing right now against the Angels in game 1. They're down 1-0 in the bottom of the second, so we'll see how that goes. The Mariners will hand the ball to Brian Wu, who's 8-5, a 2.91 ERA. His last start, 6 innings, 6 hits, 5 runs, 4 of which were earned in a pretty terrible outing there against Houston. Another guy coming off a great All-Star appearance, a little bit of a rough start the next time out, but I'm expecting him to bounce back. I think he'll be very good here against the Angels. Now, his history this season against he hasn't faced the Angels this year? No, he has not faced the Angels yet this year. So we'll see what Brian Wu looks like. He's been pretty good this year. I'm expecting him to be good once again. The Mariners bullpen, it's looked a little bit gettable here recently. Now, we'll see what they can do in game 1 of the series, but a 3.90 bullpen ERA, I don't think they're quite that bad out there in the pen. Now, the offense, obviously going to be getting a bit of a boost there, and they've been good this season. They're 10th in the majors in runs scored, 10th in slugging percentage, and 9th in on-base percentage. Those are numbers I expect to get better with this addition. So we'll see, but I'm definitely expecting them to get better. So definitely going to be a dangerous team at the plate here as they take on the Angels, who are 49 and 53 on the year, skidding a little bit, losing 3 straight against the Mets. They'll hand the ball in this game to Jose Soriano, who's 7-7, a 3.83 ERA. His last start, 7 innings, 6 hits, 2 earned runs allowed there against the Phillies, and one of his better starts of the year. He's one of those guys that just every so often just goes out and just lights out somehow. I'm not sure how he does that. I guess he's 26, so you get a little bit of leeway to be inconsistent, but that's a little bit much for me. So we'll see what he does here. He hasn't faced Seattle this year, but he's looked mediocre recently. So we'll see. The Angels bullpen obviously atrocious. Everybody knows that at this point, a 5.09 bullpen ERA, not good. The offense, when those power numbers are good, they've been pretty good. They're 8th in slugging percentage, but 16th in batting average and 16th in runs scored and 23rd in on base percentage. Not exactly what I would, pick as a top tier kind of offense. So looking at the numbers, guys, the Mariners are minus 130. The Angels are plus 110. We've got a total of 8.5. Seattle is 26 and 24 on the road. 31, 18, and 1 to the over on the road. That's actually an MLB best to the over. The Angels are 24 and 23 at home. 26, 19, and 2 to the over at home. It's a little bit rough for me to go with the over in this game, but the weather's warming up. Maybe you could find a sneaky overplay on this one. In terms of a side, I'm going to lean towards the Mariners. I think Woo is going to bounce back in a huge way in this game. I think we're going to see him have a very successful start here against an Angels team that isn't really scaring me too much at the moment, and the Mariners, making that big addition. Last but not least here, guys, we've got the New York Mets going on the road to take on the San Francisco Giants. Now, the Mets playing really well. They've won 4 in a row, including sweeping the Angels. They're going to hand the ball in this one to Clay Holmes, who's 8 and 5 this season, a 3.48 ERA. His last start, he did get knocked around aggressively by the Reds, but start for that, he was good against the Royals. We'll see which version of Clay Holmes we get in this game. I mean, going up against the Giants isn't necessarily the scariest situation, but he hasn't faced in this season, so we'll see how that looks. The bullpen for the Mets has not been a huge problem this year, I won't say, but it hasn't been as great recently as it was earlier in the year. A 3.84 bullpen ERA is playable, but I'm not going to say that it's dominant. Now, the offense, 6, 3, 7, and 3 over this little winning streak, just not as good as I would have guessed. They're 14th in runs scored, 21st in batting average. Juan Soto, I don't know, he's looked great at some points this year, but not nearly as good overall as I would have guessed, so we'll see what he can do, but I'm not necessarily expecting miracles at the plate here from this Mets team. Now, they're taking on a Giants squad that's, just won 2 out of 3 against the Braves. They desperately needed those wins, though. They're 54 and 49 in the year. That hot start early in the year is way in the rear view. They're going to hand the ball here to Logan Webb, who's 9 and 7 on the season, a 3.08 ERA. He got knocked around aggressively there at Toronto his last time out, and that's happening to a lot of teams right now. So let's not get that, give him too much trouble for that. But his last 2, 3, maybe even 4 starts have all looked kind of iffy. So I'm certainly a bit worried right now about Logan Webb. Has he faced the Mets? He has not faced the Mets yet this year. So we'll see how things go, but I'm a little bit worried about him. The Giants bullpen, on the other hand, has been good all year long. So I'm not too worried about that. The offense, though, 9 and 9 over their last couple games. That's nice. But over the course of the year, they're all the way down to 20th in runs scored, 26th in batting average, and 25th in slugging percentage. Their offense got off to a very hot start. Turned out that wasn't a real thing, so they have cooled right back off here in the later part of the season. So we'll see what they can get done out there against the Mets. Now, New York, they are plus 120 in this game. The Giants are minus 145. We've got a total of 7. The Mets are 22 and 28 on the road, 28, 21, and 1 to the under on the road. The Giants are 28 and 20 at home, 29 and 19 to the under at home. Seems like a bit of a stretch to take under 7 in this game, but I don't think we'll see too much offense. You could maybe talk me into a no-run first inning in this game as well. In terms of a side, I'm not loving what I'm seeing from, really, I guess I like what I'm seeing from both teams a little bit, but I don't have a huge read in this one. I guess I'm going to go just slightly towards the Giants since they're at home, but minus 145 is definitely not a price that I like. Guys, that's all the games we have for today. Hit that like button for good luck on all of your bets and subscribe to the channel if you're new around here. Let me know in the comments any questions you have on today's slate. I'm more than happy to get back to you. We've been answering tons and tons of questions and comments recently. I appreciate you watching. Click the link in the description to check out stumpthespread.com. Check out our free email newsletter that you can get on over there. Check out the premium picks. Check out the free picks that are over there. There's lots of great information over there. And use that bet size calculator over there, guys. It's a great resource, and make sure you're taking good care of your bankroll. Guys, that's all we've got for this one. We'll be right back here tomorrow, same time, same place, for more sports betting action.